I'm going to be trying to survive 100 days on the flat map starting with $0. That means no loans, no leases, I have to buy every piece of equipment. Now when I say this map has absolutely nothing with literally only open fields in every which way direction, I mean it. And if you've enjoyed the series so far, you're going to absolutely love episode 3 because we take the farm to a whole nother level. I'm talking cows, some apple trees, silage bales, more goats, and of course, even more fields. I'm super excited to see just how far we can take this, and if you guys enjoy these kind of series, make sure you hit the subscribe button as I appreciate each and every one of you who do take just a quick second to do that. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this series. Started on the flat map, episode 3 here. So, super exciting. We've got a lot to sell off, so we can jump our money up pretty quick because we're at 8,700, but first things first, let's go and make sure our fields are in check. So we are going to go ahead and get this harvester back to harvesting. This field is almost done. We'll just jump the worker on there real quick. We do need to go ahead and empty that out because it is pretty full. And so we'll go do that. But before we go over there and do that completely, we might as well get this other tractor going. Let's see, fertilized 50%, and this field is also fertilized 50%. So we need to get the fertilizer on both of these fields. I figured since the harvester is at 91% full, it's got a little bit of time before I need to empty it. So let's get this going. And one thing we could do too is try out our new field storage over here. Oh, if I don't take out our light post. We are going to try out our new field storage over here. And then once we get everything sorted out, I do want to go ahead and let me go ahead and do that. There we go. I do want to go ahead and get rid of our old house right here since we do have the new one with the goat farm, which is super exciting. And then do some organizing over there as well. So let's go ahead and get this one fertilized. And then we're going to go ahead and empty our harvester real quick. Okay, so before we clean up too much and start making this area look a little bit better, we are going to go ahead and do some things. We'll sell these off. Now, someone did mention that in the comments down below said, hey, you should just change it to selling so we don't have to move the pallets all the time. You do lose a little bit, they said, I think 10% or something. Maybe you guys can clarify in the comments. But yeah, so we might go ahead and change the output mode to just selling so we don't have to move it all the time. We can just let it sell off. So let's do that for both of these for the lettuce, and then got that one to selling as well. So we'll go ahead and move these over first, get those sold off. And then that will save us a little bit of time with the greenhouses. Everything else we might move manually, but for the greenhouses, that'll save some time. I'm going to grab my trusty skid steer here to move our lettuce over. I'm super excited to sell off our bottled milk there. That's going to be sweet. I'm going to line these up. Oh, and I missed the other one. Perfect. Great start. There we go. Just tilt these up like that. We'll go ahead and stack them and stack these on each other. There we go. All right, now let's pick them all up. And yes, guys, I am forklift certified, as you can tell. Oh, bring it a little bit lower. There we go. And the first two sold off as soon as we got in here. Let's drop these off, and that's going to bring us to 25,000. Perfect. Let's go get the others. All right, with all those sold off, that brought our total to 37,000. Heck yeah. I just realized I was trying to put the skid steer up, but we need it for our goat milk, our bottled goat milk, I might add. So let's go grab those. All right, same thing. We're going to try and stack these up as well on top of each other. Not sure how heavy they are. Doesn't seem too bad, though. Line them up. There we go. Drop them down. All right. That was actually pretty good. We're going to snag both of these up. There we go. Oh, these might be a little heavy. We'll keep them low, though. See if we can't make it. Yeah, there we go. We're doing all right. Let's go sell them off. Now, I've never sold goat milk before, so I'm super curious to see how much we get. The first two brought in 12,000. All right. And the last two are going to bring in another 12,600. So about like 25,000 and some change. That's actually really good, guys. 25K for the bottled milk. Oh, yeah. I think the goat farm was a good choice. Or goat factory, I should say. But goat farms are part of it. So, yeah, goat farms and goat factories. So, while we're over here, we're going to go ahead and move the goat milk into there, too. Since we are now producing them over here and over at our house. Scoop, scoop, potato, the goat milk here. And if I remember correctly, it's going to be just right here at the front. Perfect. Let's get the other one. Okay, we cleaned up a little bit. We got the goat milk dropped off. Let's go and move this out of the way. I've got a couple ideas that I want to try. But first, let's make sure our goats are okay. Sorry, I keep backtracking, but we need to multitask since we got a lot going on here. So I'm going to go ahead and empty this out because we need to empty out the harvester and get this tractor seeding that one over there. And that little bit right there brought us in another 8,000. I'll take that. We are going to invest in some silos soon. We're going to get that. So don't worry. If you guys have been like, please get silos, it is coming. And real quick, we're going to top off our fertilizer and seeds, I guess. Let's do seeds. And it looks like we are out of fertilizer, so let's add some fertilizer to our storage. And that's what I love about this thing is I can literally just buy fertilizer right in it. So we've got some fertilizer in there now. Let's go ahead and jump on our tractor. Then we can just add our solid fertilizer right here. And we're going to stick to our canola because it's made us the most money so far. We might switch to corn. We might switch to something else. depending on what we need. Like for goats, I don't think we really need. I need to see what we need for goats, actually. Yeah. For some reason, I can't remember what goats need right now. So, yeah, we're going to store some in silos, start using it for our animals and things like that. But, yeah, that'll be in time. Let's go ahead and sell off what's in the harvester here. Looks like 1,400 liters. Let's see how much we get for that. And, of course, I'm just going to dump this right into our sell station, which is going to bring us $2,400. All right, we're going to put the harvester up for now. So I want to do something with this little area right here. I thought about doing another greenhouse, but I haven't decided. But we need to get this lawnmower mower out of the way. So let's go ahead and move this. So we're going to clean up our farm just a little bit. I want to go ahead and get rid of our house because we no longer need it. Let's go ahead and get that. We get about almost 500 bucks back. Sweet. And looking at our setup here, I want to go ahead and move the silage pit out of there since we're kind of use that for other things. I'm thinking we'll have our farms or our fields go more out here or something, or maybe do like some cattle. But yeah, for now we might, I haven't decided what we're gonna do with our fields, but I do know we're gonna move our silage pits over here, since we have this little storage, so we can kind of store things right here. Now I do want to go with the 12 size, that way we have some more room on each side. So for now, we're just gonna do one silage pit. I'm thinking we just do it right about here. Perfect. And let's get everything connected. Just add some gravel. All right, that looks pretty good. I like that. And then we might as well go ahead and gravel out some more of this. Thinking we come right about here, since it's gonna make us, and then fill all this in. We'll have this come right up against the field there. All right, perfect. And then let's go ahead and gravel this area too. We're just gonna fill all of this in right here so it matches. And I think I'll even do the greenhouses too. Yeah, we'll do the greenhouses right there. Come along this side, same thing. We're obviously gonna leave the insides green. I mean, they are greenhouses, so we don't want to make them gravel houses. And then we'll do all of this as well. Okay, now perfect. I like that. Awesome. So I got to thinking for this area over here, since we've already got our field storage, let's go ahead and do our silos in this area too. I'm going to go ahead and do the bigger version for 12,000, so that way we don't have to end up like upgrading later on. So let's see how we can do this. All right, I think right there will be a good place to do it. Let's swap that to gravel. All right, there we go. Perfect. Silo is complete. So now we can start storing some of our grain. So I was looking at it and I think we can probably get away with one more greenhouse. I was going to do a shed or something over here, but honestly, between the house and our factory, there's plenty of storage. So if anything, we can do it like somewhere off to the side. So I think we'll benefit more from doing another greenhouse. Let's pop it on here. All right, there we go. It is placed, hopefully even enough. Yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, all three are there. Let's get this one taken care of real quick. All right, it's going to be day 33 now. Let's go ahead and get this greenhouse taken care of and move some goat milk around and then make sure our fields are up and running. This is looking so good having the 3 greenhouses here. I love it. All right, need to make sure the lettuce is activated. Let's do that. Activate. We're going to change output to selling as well. Perfect. And it did look like our other ones sold off a little bit, so that's nice. We're at 64,000 after buying everything. Let's check our water. Hopefully that water distributor reaches over here. Oh, yeah. Sweet. Oh, wait, I think this is it. Let's see. Yeah, shows 8,000 liters. All right, so it looks like it is reaching over here. That's perfect. I'm going to go ahead and close these doors. There we go. Do that to all of these. That way it's a little bit easier to drive by them. All right. Looks good. All right, boys. You know what time it is? It is time to cut some grass and get our silage filled up as well. But real quick, I got to thinking before we do that, we need to go ahead and make sure we move our goat milk over to our goat factory. That way we can get the ball rolling for the bottled goat milk. Yeah, I think it's what it's called. Yeah, the bottled goat milk. That way that's working too. So right now, our greenhouses are selling off. They're in the works. We've got all of our fields. That one over there is finishing up with the fertilizer, and then our fields will be good to go. And then one thing too is once we do cut the grass, we are going to go ahead and put some of that grass in our goats, like their bins, because they are low. So we need to make sure we do that. All right, with our goat milk moved over there, we're going to go ahead and get to cutting. I'll tell you what, boys, with everything going on right now, we're at 64,000. We haven't invested in any new equipment yet, but we're about to probably have some serious money coming in between the fields, the greenhouses, the goat factory, and all the goats and everything. So, oh, and including the silage. Cannot forget the silage. So we're going to go ahead and fill this up, feed our goats, and then get our silage pit filled up as well. All right, so we're going to see if we can fit through here with our mower. I folded it up, and yeah, look at that. It's going to work. I love this house with the goat farm. It's going to allow us to dump our grass in here so we can top it off. Now, We do have the meadow, so I don't know if I actually need to keep doing this, but I don't think it'll hurt. And then I believe I can just unload right here, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. Looks like it's topping it off. Perfect. Oh, wow, this takes quite a lot of grass. Not gonna lie. That was like almost the whole container. Okay, it was the whole container. All right, well, now we know it needs a lot of grass. All right, now before we go to our house goat farm, we're gonna go ahead and top this one off real quick too. Should do it right there. Perfect. Yeah, that one doesn't take a whole lot. Now, real quick, one thing I do want to check is someone mentioned since we have 19 goats, we might as well sell off a couple. So let's see here. So let's sell off 5, or let's sell off 3. That way we can make 3 more if they have babies. So let's sell off 3. That'll bring us in $1,200. Perfect. So now they can at least make 3 more babies in this field. So yeah, all right, perfect. And I'm gonna have to line myself up a little bit better to get through this area here. So let's go ahead and do that. Here we go. That looks good. Let's run it in here. Perfect. All right. And then we should be able to unload that in here. There we go. Looks like it's filling them up. I'm going to check how full these are because I don't think I necessarily need to fill it up all the way considering they do have that meadow. So it looks like grass is, let's see, 23,000. Yeah. So grass is good. Meadow is showing 0%. Huh. It's kind of strange, but nonetheless, we got 23,000 in grass in there. And then we'll keep an eye on the meadow because I'm not sure why it's showing 0. All right, back to cutting our grass. Let's get it. So this is going to be our first time with our new silage bunker over here. This one should be able to hold just a little bit more. Let's go ahead and start unloading it. It is a little bit wider, so this will make loading it a lot easier. So that'll be good. Now, we are probably going to put a lot more in here. We might look at upgrading our mower and forage wagon. That might be something we do next. All right, second load going down in our silage pit here. And I'm not going to lie, I took a little peek at the store for a new mower and a new forage wagon. And I think that is something we're going to definitely do here soon. I think we'll get a little bit more money and then we'll make it happen so we can do this a little bit quicker. But I also want to look at like silage wrappers, like silage bales. So we'll definitely take a look at that too. Day 34 on the farm, and we've got some fun things planned for today, despite the rain saying otherwise. But yeah, we got 96,000, so things looking pretty good. We're going to go ahead and sell off our bottled goat milk over here real quick too. And then that way we can buy some new equipment. It is new equipment day. Let's go. Also, I figured since we're already going that way, we might as well snag up our goat milk right here real quick and drop these off before we sell them off, or before we sell the bottled milk off. Yeah. Go ahead and stack these to do a double, just like last time. And then lower this, and then we're going to pick them all up. Let's do that. Maybe. Oh, hopefully I didn't just mess that up. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's go sell them off. So we're at 96,000. With those first 2 sold off, we're at 108,000, and with those off, we're at 119. That is that's some spending money. So let's see what we can spend it on. So, okay, so I know we just ended up selling a few goats so they would repopulate, but I've got some bigger plans. So bear with me. We're going to end up selling off all the goats real quick. So let's do that. It's going to be 6,800. And then we're going to go ahead and sell the pen, another 6,800. So that's some money right there. And then bear with me. We're going to make a road right here. It's going to go up this way. I'm actually going to make it a little bit bigger. That way we have plenty of room. Something like that. Then we are actually going to plant some apple trees. We'll do one there. And then we should be able to get away with another one right about there. All right. Look at that. We've got some apple trees planted. Again, never done apple trees before, but I was like, you know what? We've got a good greenhouse vibe going over here. Let's do some apple trees. It is next to our silage, but I think we'll be all right. Looks like there is a little bit of grass we need to take care of. I'm going to go ahead and get that grass taken care of while I'm thinking about it. And then we are going to go ahead and do the goat farm over here. And then since we go in and out right here from our house to load things up, I figured, you know what? Why don't we just extend this out right here, make it a road of its own, right? I like that. Go ahead and put our gravel down on the inside. Beautiful. And if you haven't guessed it already, Now we're gonna go ahead and put our, wrong one, put our goats over here. That way they kind of line up and we can knock both out at the same time. And just like a lot of you guys said in the comments, we are gonna customize this fence so that way we can get even more sheep, even more goats in here. I'm thinking somewhere around here ought to be good. Bring it all the way back to here. And then we're gonna follow it up to here. And there we go. There is our new goat pen. A little wonky, a little sideways. Oh, actually, that's not too bad. I'll take that. But yeah, now we can fill that up with more goats. We should be able to hold a lot more goats in there. We're gonna find out. But I do want to make things a little bit cleaner, so we're gonna add some gravel right here. All right, perfect. I like that. Yeah, I think this setup is gonna look much better and kind of work out a lot better too. Because again, we can take the tractors through here. Hopefully, I didn't put that too far. We should still be able to. We'll figure it out regardless. But let's go ahead and buy some goats. So we're gonna buy a few 8 months, so that way they can start reproducing. Let's just do. We can do 35 in here. So let's do 10 8 months. We're gonna do 10 3 months, and let's do 5 0 months. So right now we have, let's see, 25. I say we go ahead and throw 2 more 3 months in there. Actually, you know what? Instead of 3 months, let's do 2 more 8 months. All right, 27 out of 35. Let's check them out. Oh, there's our goats. We've got some big ones in there. We've got some baby ones in there. Looks good. Much bigger pasture for them too. That's awesome. All right, boys, and like I said, it is new equipment time. Currently, we have the GMD right here, and we were going to go with these two, but I realized I think these actually funnel out better to possibly be picked up by Forge Wagon. Again, I've never used it, so we might be making a mistake here, but we've got a little bit of spending money, so we're going to go ahead and get this one. It is going to be bigger, like a bigger like cutting length right here. It's a 3.4. This one's a 3.1, so it's going to be a little bit bigger. We're going to go buy this real quick. And then it looks like we can't quite afford this one yet, but that's okay because we did get this one, and then we'll sell this one off. All right, so we're going to go ahead and sell off our GMD here since we no longer need it. We'll get about 8,700 for it, so that's nice, which will give us enough to get the other half of our mower setup. So let's try that now. 70,000. It's a lot of money, but hopefully it pays off. All right, let's get everything hooked up and see how it runs. All right, we're going to line this one up and get it attached right here. Beautiful. Looks like we can manage to hold it, so that's good. Let's get this one attached. Now, I really hope I can do a Forge Wagon behind this. I'm not 100%, but we're going to find out. Get that attached, and it looks like our tractor can pull it still, so that's good. That's a good sign. Well, boys, mistakes were made. Check it out. So when I unfold these and I lower them, I'm sure some of you guys in the comments right now are like yelling at me, but yeah, I made a mistake. We lower them, and then we turn them on. I cannot even move. The only way I can get it to move is if I get some momentum and then turn it on. Then it kind of works, but yeah, I can't even do the front one because we don't have enough power. Granted, I should have paid a little more attention, but I was like, you know what, let's at least try it. So yeah, that's not going to work. And these do go into 2 strips, and I don't even think I can hook my Forge Wagon up to it. So I think we'll sell the $70,000 one for now, and then figure out something else. I thought those would kind of go into one straight line for the Forge Wagon. I was wrong. I will admit I was wrong, but that's okay. We will use the front one though. The front one is still good. Yeah, I think it's getting really close for a new tractor, boys, because yeah, not being able to do that kind of sucks. So looks like we are going to lose about 10,000, 100 bucks or so. So that's all right. It is what it is. It was a learning experience, and nonetheless, and we had to pay for that learning experience. But the front one is still good, so we're good there. But if you guys do have any recommendations on a new mower setup that would allow us to cut way more grass and then be able to filter it into a Forge Wagon, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm just overlooking something, but I haven't found it yet. I thought that might have done it, but it did not, unfortunately. But one thing I do want to do, and that I know should help get us more grass, is we're going to do some silage additive. So we're going to attach that to the trailer here, our Forge Wagon, and see what that does. I just realized real quick, we do need to add the additive tank, which is $2,000. So, you know what? I know we're backpedaling a little bit, but let's go take a look at getting a new Forge Wagon instead of doing an upgrade. I feel like that would be, if we can't do the 2 mowers, we might as well get a better Forge Wagon, right? Let's go take a look at those. So taking a look at them, this one's going to be our best bet right here because the one we have holds about 16.1. And this one is going to hold about 26. Now, it does say 130 horsepower, so let me check my tractor. We only have 110 horsepower. Should we risk it or wait? I say we wait, because if we end up getting too much, if it requires too much, we're just going to go really slow, and that would kind of defeat the purpose. So, I guess that means new tractor is going to definitely have to get in the works here soon. But we are going to go ahead and add the silage tank on this one. Day 35 is upon us, and we've got a lot of work to do. We need to get these trees up and running, get our goats and everything fed with some water. And yeah, because we just got our new mower, and we got to put some things to use here. But we are at 93,000. I do like that these sell off automatically. That helps a lot. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that going. Now, before we take care of our chores, I do want to check real quick, what are our fields right now? They are growing and fertilized 50%. Huh. This one's supposed to be at 100%. Okay, so this one needs to get fertilized. And this one's at 100. And this one's at 100. So we need to get that middle one fertilized so we can get some multitasking going. Let's do that. All right, we'll get our worker off on this one. And then before we do our goats and apples, let's go ahead and give this mower a test run here. Lower pickup. We do have silage additive on it as well. Unfold our mower, lower it, and turn it on. So far, so good. Okay, it's cutting. Nice, nice. Forge wagon does seem to be picking up pretty good too. And the good news is, even though the other mowers didn't work out, this one is at least a little bit bigger. So it should cut more in theory. And then with the silage additive, I believe that will let us get more grass faster. I don't know. I need to do some research on it, but I know it's important, and that's why we have it. And I did just do a little bit of research, and it shows we get about a 5% yield bonus when we cut the grass in our forge wagon and whatnot. It picks it up. So that's good news. We are already at, goodness, 98%, so it's going quick. Let me turn off my mower. Which is great. That's good news. So it is doing something, which is a plus. And we're only used 5%. So that's good. That silage is going to last a long time. What was that noise? All right, going to dump our first one. And yeah, so far I do like the silage additive, and I like our new mower. It is helpful. But we're going to dump this real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and take care of our trees and our goats. Although, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we should save this grass for our goats. Let's do that real quick. I figured while we're coming over here, might as well, since we're doing a loop, got a little bit more grass so we can loop back in there. Okay, and this is kind of why we set it up like this, so we can do it in one sweep. So let's drop off some grass here, get this filled up, dump it maybe. There we go. All right, got our grass dumping right there. All right, that one is filled up. And moment of truth, can we fit? No, we can't fit. Okay, well, at least we don't have to fill it up with grass too often, so I guess we'll just go ahead and set this to the right. It'll still be worth it. Just kind of wanted it to make a one and done. I guess the new mower has its pros and cons, and if you followed along in this channel at this point, you know that every piece of equipment we get always has a pro, and there ends up being some sort of con. And the con of that one is we can't fit in here anymore. So it is what it is, but it's part of it. All right, let's get this topped off. Then we'll be good to go. Okay, so for the apple trees, again, never done them. Let's see, I think we go over here. Let's see. So it looks like for our apple trees, we can do apple plus solid fertilizer will get us 64 apples. It says we can do seeds. I don't know if we even need seeds, but yeah, we're gonna try apple plus fertilizer and then maybe do seeds if we need to. But it looks like manure, seeds, fertilizer, and then, oh, okay, good news is I just brought the water over here to fill these up, but it looks like our distributor actually comes over here, so that'll actually help a lot. Let's make sure this one, yeah, this one's showing 136 as well. So I'm gonna top it off with a little more water. Let's see what happens if I try and do that. So I'm gonna dump. There we go. We'll drop some in here. Looks like that is now full. Let's go and do the other one. Go, top this off. Hey, I like the trees. You know, I've been wanting to add trees to this farm for a minute, but we might as well add something that makes us money, right? So that's good. All right, and then we'll put the rest of the water in our distributor since that seems to be doing something. Now, the last thing for our trees is solid fertilizer. So we'll go ahead and grab, I think one. Let's try one, I guess. They're kind of expensive. It's almost 2K. So we'll grab one and see how much that fills up. All right, I've got the fertilizer right here. Let's see if we can't drop it off. How much is it gonna take? Looks like almost all of it. Okay, so it ended up taking all of it. Nice. All right, well, at least it takes one. Let's check the numbers on it. Ooh, so this thing can hold 10,000 liters of fertilizer. So we're gonna need a lot of fertilizer, but I don't see a difference. It says 120 per month. This one says 240 with seeds and fertilizer. We're just gonna do apple plus solid fertilizer. Let's see what happens. Activate. It says running. We're gonna leave it on storing. And yeah, we're going to need a lot more fertilizer, apparently. Okay, well, I decided to spend $11,000 on 6 fertilizers. So hopefully this will top them off enough. Let's get them moved over. Okay, so they both have about 4,000 liters of fertilizer. Water's looking really good too. So we're going to let these run and see what kind of apples or how many apples we end up getting. Hopefully, I haven't looked. Hopefully apples are worth a lot. Now, I did forget that these goats need water. So we're going to go ahead and dump some water in there. Was that all of it? Was that all it needed? Let's take a little peek. All right, water is full. So water, food, everything. Looks like they got meadow too. We're good. Now, I got to thinking, since this one's only 30 of 69, that we should probably go ahead and buy a few more goats. So let's go ahead and grab a couple more 8-month ones since we have the money. I'm thinking we get this up to 50 and we buy 20 more goats for 10K. So we're at 50 out of 69, and then we'll let those continue to produce. And then hopefully we end up getting more goat milk from it. Day 36 is upon us, and check it out. We've got our first apples. Looks like we have 4 barrels or 4 dills worth, some more goat milk. So yeah, we're going to do this, get our silage finished up. We'll need to compact it, but if you're curious like I am, I want to see how much we get for these apples. So let's jump in our skid steer here. We're going to try, oh, I just about knocked that over. We're going to try and stack these in 2s again. Oh, was not low enough. Here we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's get this lined up. Surprisingly, they're not very heavy, so that's good. Oh, 2 more disappeared. Okay, so it looks like they are a little behind, which is a good thing. That means more money in our pocket. All right, not perfectly stacked, but that's okay. We're going to take it as is. Scoop, scoop, potato, tilt back. Oh, and we lost one side. All right, well, we're going to go with just these 2 because, okay, we're going to go with just this one because, all right, let me get these restacked and then we'll go sell them off. So I've got these stacked up, but I've noticed they don't like to stay in place very well. So we're going to see if I make it all the way there. I'm not sure if we will, but so far so good. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Let's see. So 3,400 for those and another 3,400. So not quite as much as I was hoping, but that's still decent money. We might change these to selling since they produce so fast. So we'll probably switch to selling. We'll get the rest of them sold off and then kind of go from there. Okay, well, with all of those sold off, that brought our total to $120,000. So I'll take that. Apples, they look good. You know, they may not produce the best amount of money, but it's good money nonetheless. And if I might say, they actually look pretty good. So let's go ahead and get our silage rolled out and get the ball rolling on that. And yeah, everything's looking good. So another commenter did say, hey, try the silage roller on the front of the tractor. So that's what we're doing. Again, tractor's not super powerful, but it is compacting pretty good. And we'll see how this does. So far, so good. It's kind of leveling it out a little bit, I think. Maybe. I don't know. We're at 27% compacted. Looking pretty good. We'll go ahead and roll backwards with it as well. Okay, got it compacted pretty good, but I'm not ready to call it. I want to load up a little bit more grass on it. So that's what we're going to do next. And I'm just going to start picking up right here. Let's see. Yep, silage is good. Forage wagon's picking up. Perfect. Let's get this load on our silage bunker pit thing. Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Day 37, we've got our silage pit completely covered up. Now, boys, this is a lot of silage, okay? What is it? 128,158. So, a lot of silage here, 96%. So, it's got a little bit of time, but let's go check out our fields. So, it looks like our fields are still growing. They've got a little bit more time on them. But yeah, $223,000. So, looks like our apples and greenhouses are putting in the work. Are definitely putting in the work because that's some real money now. So, we're making some right moves here, if I might say. Apples have been sold off. Let's check, see how much fertilizer they have. So this one's still at 3,500 and this one's at 2,500. So this one's like a little bit less. So we might have to throw a little bit more fertilizer on them. Now we still do have some goat milk bottles that we need to go ahead and sell off here too. And then we're going to take a look at our greenhouse here. Water is a little low, We probably need to get those up. But yeah, so putting things to selling, it's going to save us a lot of time while we're doing other things. So let's go ahead and fill up our water a little bit. Yeah, it looks like our water distributor is a little low. So let's go and top that off. So what I like about my placement with our water point here is I can literally just kind of back this up a little bit and line it up, and then we can fill it up a bit. But yeah, over 100K, or I guess a little bit over 100K from our greenhouses, apples, and I think that's everything. So yeah, that made us some serious money. I'm going to go ahead and top off our trees with some fertilizer, check on our goats, and then, yeah, keep an eye on our fields. But I definitely do want to get another field going here soon too. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy 8 more fertilizers for 15K. That way we don't really have to worry about our trees for quite some time. So we're gonna top those off. Let's go ahead and jump in our skid steer. And since we are already heading that way, we're gonna go ahead and sell off our goat milk. So let's drop the front here, line it up, scoop, scoop, potato, lift it up. There we go. Let's see what we get for this. 13,527. That's looking pretty good. All right, so we got our last fertilizer right here. We're gonna go and drop this one off. And then I believe they should be pretty even now. So we don't have to worry about those for quite some time. All right, so I got something I want to try. Some new things. But first, we need to put a road in. So we're gonna do some gravel. And I'm gonna have it go this direction right here. So I'm gonna hit my silage like this. And we're gonna have it go somewhat straight across. Not perfect, but good enough. And I'm gonna connect the gravel right here. Beautiful. And then I want to do a cattle farm, get some cows in here. Now, for reference, guys, I have never done cows before, so I'm completely new to this. I'm probably gonna make mistakes, so bear with me through it. Let's see, where do we want to put our cattle? Could do something like this, but then I feel like that's pretty far away. Or we could have it like this, which seems to make a little bit more sense. Real quick, I think if we're gonna do it that way, we should make the road just slightly bigger. That way we can turn around properly. So I'm gonna extend this out right about here. That was not a straight line, but that's okay. We'll put this on and then probably touch it up a little bit more. But yeah, we're gonna go with this one right here. It's a cow pasture with a milking barn. The only issue is it may mess up where my silage, how I get in and out of my silage, but I think we can work around it. Okay, I think we can go right about here. That looks good. Let's do it. 85,000. I hope we're not making a mistake, but we're gonna try it. Do I want to customize the fence? No, I think the fence is good. Okay, there it is. Let's go ahead and touch up our gravel on it real quick. Just gonna bring it up to the edge here. Try and keep this line straight. And then we might as well have this go ahead and come out all the way. All right, I like that. That looks good. And then if anything, we'll plant some more apple trees right there, which I think that'll end up being pretty good. So there it is, our cow pasture. I'm not sure how this works, so we're probably gonna make some mistakes, but let's see if we can't put some cows in it. Okay, so these two make milk, so let's get 18 months as $1,100. Whew. Let's start with 5 at 18 months for 63. We'll do 6-month-olds. We'll do 10 of those. And we might as well buy 10 of the, we'll do 20 of the smaller ones for 5K. And for some variety, we'll also do 10 of these. The brown Swiss, we'll do 5 of the 6 months. And then for the brown Swiss, I think we'll do 5 for 63. I don't want to spend too much money on the cows. Okay, that's 55 cows out of 285. So this pasture can hold quite a lot. Oh, nice. We can go in here. Let's take a look. So here is our cows. Nice, nice. Got some older ones. Got some babies in here. Check them out. They're so tiny. Oh, that one looks like it's learning how to walk. All right, pretty cool. Got some in there. A few more babies. This one's chilling on the ground. Nice, nice. All right, I think that's, oh, almost ran me over. I think that's a good start for our cows. And then of course they'll produce more as time goes on. We can also buy some more, but for now, I think that's a good start. Well, it is bright and early here on day 38. Fields are still not quite yet, but we're gonna go ahead and take care of our cows right off the bat. Now, we did make some money overnight. We're at 179,000, so we did recoup just a little bit of what we spent on the cows, but I'm really hoping that this works out for the better. Now, I'm thinking we might want to put a road over here. Just to kind of loop this, so we'll probably do that later today as well. But for now, let's go ahead and put some water in our cow pasture here. So we'll open up the gate real quick. I like how it's locked. That's cool. Hop back in our tractor, and then I believe I can fill it up over here. We're gonna find out. This is my first time doing it, so bear with me. And I'll try not to run over the cows as much as possible. Get out of the way, beep, beep. All right, looks like it says I can dump some water right here, so let's go ahead and do that. Oh, nice, looks like that's their water bin right there. All right, we've got their water completely full. Now, I think we need to do some grass in here, and then we can probably work on planting some hay at some point. That way we can, fill it up with our own crops. That would probably be best. If I can close the gate. There we go. All right, let's get back on our tractor. Then we are gonna get started collecting some grass. If I can back up to the forage wagon and take care of our cows, take care of our goats, and get our daily chores done. Because, we're kind of turning into a real farm now at this point. Now, I'm not an expert with cows, like I said, but I think we can feed them grass. I'm not 100% sure on that. We may even be able to do something with the silage. I know that they do make manure that we can do something with too. I know the trees can take manure and stuff like that. But yeah, I can't remember if I can feed them silage. I think, if I remember correctly, you can feed them silage. So we'll probably throw some silage in there, but let's see if we can do some just regular grass to start out with. Okay, so the grass does not go right there. Got it. We're going to pick it back up. So grass did not go there. See, I'm confused because it says food, mixed ration, hay, silage, and grass. Maybe that's just the grass that they're roaming. That's kind of my best guess. So we'll try some silage. We don't have any hay at the moment, but I'm sure we eventually will. But for now, oh, we need to close the gate real quick. Close that real quick. But we will go ahead and top off our goat since we've already got it. And then we'll try and maybe do the silage. All right, they have been topped off. Now I'm going to have to figure out how to whip a U-turn in here. Let's see, can I do it? Oh, maybe not. Nope, we're going to have to do a full loop. All right, well, that's one thing I didn't think of. All right, do a full loop right here. And then we're going to top off our goats inside of our house. There we go. All right, goats have been topped off. Perfect. All right, so the silage pit is 100% fermented, so let's open silo. We'll have to use our scooper to get the rest of it open because it only does the front and the back, which is so weird. All right, and like some of you guys have commented too, that this is a weird glitch that tends to happen, so just a fix for y'all, if you run into the same issue, you just got to kind of scoop it to tear it open. And there we go. It is completely tore open now. Perfect. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to turn on my loading wagon, lower pickup, and we're going to go ahead and scoop up some of the silage and see if we can't give it to our cows over there. And then whatever's left, we'll just end up selling it off. And yes, we are definitely going to get a new tractor here soon, boys. All right, 100%. If we can get unstuck. Here we go. Back it up. Go back. All right, moment of truth. If I can try not to run over my own cows. If the silage works as food. Now, I think it's going to. But if it doesn't, I'm going to be a little shocked. And I'm pretty sure this is where I fill up my food with. Oh, I'm getting stuck. Bring it around. All right, now this looks like the feed icon right there. Oh, it says silage is not accepted there. Nope, it is definitely not accepted there. Okay, boys, I figured it out. I just was not in the right spot. So there we go. It's just a little specific on where you need to drop it off. So there we go. It looks like it's working now. Okay, we have emptied a full forage wagon of silage into there. Let's see how much food that gives them. So now it shows the silage is 80%, 16,000. So we'll go ahead and do a little bit more in there. Make sure they have enough. All right, that was about four forage wagons full of silage. Let's see. Looks like about 48,000 in there. Silage is 80%. So we'll go ahead and leave that for now and then figure out if we need something else like grass. I wonder if we can throw grass in there now. Let's try and throw grass now that we know that's where we need to drop it off. Just to test it, because we need to test it. We've got to figure out this this cow pasture stuff. So I have a little bit of grass here, about 5,500. And yes, it does give me the option to dump it in there as well. So we've got a little bit of silage, a little bit of grass. That should be a good little mix for them. But yeah, that was our problem, was we just didn't have it in the right spot. So at some point, we'll probably do some hay bales and get some hay in there, because that would be easy for them. So I was thinking, it doesn't seem like our water distributor is making its way over here to the goats over here and obviously our cows. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one right here. And we're going to place it right about there for 5K. I think that'll be worth it. All right, we're going to go ahead and fill up this water distributor. Let that fill up real quick. Day 39 is upon us, and both of these fields are ready to be harvested. So we're going to get some good multitasking done today. I'm going to get the harvester going up on these. And then obviously we'll either store that or sell it. I'll check the prices at some point. And then, yeah, we're going to keep the ball rolling on everything because we are making a lot of money and a lot of progress. All right, our first cut on the canola is going in our trailer. I will say, we did buy the silos, but canola right now, at least for now, is at its peak. So we'll probably end up selling this off when the time comes. All right, the time has come to look at new tractors, and we're going to be spending some serious money because we need to make sure we have a really good one that's going to last a long time. Now, unless we go like 150 plus, this one right here for 95, I'm thinking is our best bet, but we are going to upgrade it to the 143 horsepower. So I like the look of it. The headlights look sweet, and we're also going to do a front loader attachment on it. And we're going to leave everything else the same, which is going to be 105,000, but this should be more than plenty to pull everything and do everything that we need to with the tractor. All right, there it is. We have bought our newest and best tractor up to this point. It looks so good. I really, really like the color on this. The screen looks really nice. And yeah, this should be much better than our other one. So I'm excited to put this to use. All right, now this tractor is perfectly clean and spotless, but a lot of you guys have been commenting on my videos that I need to get a power washer to wash off my other tractors and other vehicles. So we're gonna do that now. So power washer right here is for $4,300. Let's go ahead and grab this one up. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put this thing right about here, and we'll use that to clean off the rest of our tractors. So let's go grab some of those. All right, now I've never used a power washer before. Let's see, take Lance, and then take it, that's it. That's all we have to do. All right, washing down the tractor here, getting off all the dirt. Get the windows. Oh yeah, that's looking much, much better. I like that. Thing's almost looking brand new. Yeah, so here we are. We are using the power washer. Again, never used it before, but I'm a believer now because look at that. That looks really good. All right, truck should be nice and good to go. We'll return that. Yeah, look at that. Super, super clean. That's pretty cool. All right, at least this tractor's clean now. All right, we're going to empty out our first canola full trailer of the season for this harvest and see how much we get here. I think it is time though, boys, that we upgrade our trailer or this here because it's not holding enough that we need. We're kind of having to dump it every 2 loads, which isn't too bad, but I think we'll do good with an upgrade. All right, 16,000 put us at 162. And since we're over here, we're gonna go ahead and power wash this tractor off as well. Go ahead and grab this and start spraying it down. All right. There we go. Get the windows, the wheels, the trailer here. We might as well get this thing too. All right, looking good. We'll get this side. Spray everything off. Make sure we get the wheels here. All right, that's looking pretty good. All right, that tractor and trailer is clean. So looking at trailers, I think we're gonna go ahead and go with this lizard one here. It should hold 250 meters or something like that, which will be a lot better. So let's go ahead and snag this one up for 20K. And then while we're looking at trailers, let's go ahead and look at forage wagons because we were having that issue in the past. So let's see. So this one for 50K, we couldn't really pull with our last tractor. So I feel like this one will be no problem for our new tractor. So we're going to snag this one up for 52,000. And we did get the silage additive, which would be a nice addition. So we'll go ahead and buy that. And we're spending some big bucks, but hey, we got a new tractor. We might as well have something fun to pull it with. One thing though, I do want to go ahead and do is sell off all of our old equipment because we just upgraded it. So we'll get about 18,000, almost 18,000 back for that one. And our old trailer here, which we can sell, and we'll get about 5,300 back for it. So there we go. We got a little bit of money back in our pocket. Day 40 here on the farm. We've got a new tractor. This thing looks so sick. We're going to kind of do our normal chores, get everything going. We do have that harvester going as well, which is a huge plus. Yeah, so that's going to help a lot. So let's go ahead and get to it. Check it out, boys. Our new tractor looks so sick. Look at everything in here. This thing is nice. We have started from the bottom. Now we're here because, yeah, this thing's pretty sweet. So it's quiet, too. And if you notice, this thing is pretty dang quiet. So we're going to go ahead and attach our water tank because I notice some of our stuff is completely out of water, which is kind of crazy. But, yeah, we're going through a lot of water. So we'll attach that real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and top everything off. All right, we've got that container filled up. We're going to go and fill this up one more time, and then we'll go fill up our other distributor. Hopefully that will make sure that we don't run out of water again. Yeah, this tractor is pretty small for this trailer. It looks like only our front 2 wheels are kind of working, but we need to go and empty out the harvester and get it over there on the other fields. All right, so with that field harvested and the other field in the works, we're going to go ahead and get this other field seeded. Now, because we do have the cows, we are going to do some wheat, but I'm not going to do it on that first field. I'm going to do it on these smaller fields over here. So for now, this first field, we're going to stick with canola for now. So let's get this worker started on this field so we can do some other things. And off goes the worker. It's a girl. Nice, nice. She's going to get off and get to working. Now, with our new tractor, it does have that really nice front loader attachment. So what we're going to do is go ahead and get a front loader, and I think we can probably get rid of the skids here. I'll keep it for now, but let's go ahead and grab a front loader. So I don't really see a difference between the 663 and the 683. Yeah, they look pretty similar, and one's $500 more. So we'll just go with the 9,663 for now. All right, there we go. Front attacher is on. Oh, and I just realized we need like forklifts for that to move our pallets. So let's grab one of those, and we're just gonna go with the basic pallet fork right here, and hopefully this does exactly what I'm hoping it does. Because we just spent some money on a front loader and the pallet fork. So let's jump in our tractor here, run it on over to the pallet fork. The greens are a little off. Maybe I should have gone with black on them, but that's okay. We can always change it in the future. Snag that up, and then let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. So we'll use this instead of the skid steer for now. This one's quicker, faster, and hopefully will work pretty good. So let's go ahead and grab some of our goat milk here that we can sell off, because these have been ready for a minute. Oop, I just smacked right into that. There we go. We're gonna scoop these up. Oh, I hit the middle. Oh, okay. And then we'll try and stack them. Here we go. Unfortunately, though, it just spawned some new ones. So let's do the front ones. Lower them down, slide back. Oh, no, we lost one. Okay, looks like we're just gonna go with 3 for the first load. That's okay. And there we go. All right, perfect. Let's go sell these off. First one sold. That's 6,300. Dump these. That's 12,000. All right, let's get the rest of them. And with all of those sold off, that brings our total to $241,000. Heck yeah, we've made some good progress with the goat farm there. I think that was probably one of our best purchases. That and probably the apple trees. I don't know. We've done pretty good altogether. So for now, oop, I just hit my skid steer. I'm gonna go ahead and load this up in our garage area here because we don't really need the front loader at the moment. Just drop that off right there. And then we'll come back and get that later. Oh, I'm dragging my skid steer. That thing is tiny compared to this tractor. All right, there we go. Now, for some reason, our water distributor over there isn't quite filling up our goats over here. So I'm going to go ahead and top that off. It doesn't take much, so that was like really, really fast. But yeah, so we went and topped that off. Hopefully the water distributor works with animals. I haven't tested it before, but I guess we'll just kind of keep an eye on it. But yeah, they got food, they've got water. We should be good there. Yeah, this trailer works a lot better with our tractor here, nice and even. Our grain bin is full, so we're gonna go ahead and top this off real quick and get this emptied. I'm gonna go ahead and empty out the trailer here real quick, since canola is at its highest price. 26,000 for that canola, putting us at almost 270,000. That's awesome. Heck yeah. Now, for our cows, I know that they make manure, and if I remember correctly, I think I need this manure storage right here, so I'm going to go ahead and place it kind of close right here. Let's see, this is overlaps. We'll go ahead and place that. It is 20K, but it should pay off. At least I hope it does. So we'll go ahead and put this right about there. All right, and hopefully it starts building up there. Let's go ahead and do some gravel. Fill this in a little bit, make it part of the road. Perfect. All right, so we've got that bin there. Hopefully that starts filling up too. I think we put it close enough. I would imagine so. I guess we'll find out. All right, so the time has come. We're going to put some of our best equipment to work. We've got our new tractor with our new forage wagon, which can hold so much more. We're going to turn on our loading wagon. We're going to lower the pickup, and let's see how it does with our silage pit here, and then we're going to try and sell this off. I know it can hold way, way more. So let's see what we can do here. So far, so good. Hopefully it keeps picking it up. There we go. All right. We're at 100% now. Let's go ahead and go sell that off and see how much we make with it. 26,000 in silage. Let's go ahead and dump it off and see how much we make. We'll empty it right here. Let's see. 9,240. So not too bad, not too bad. I expected a little bit more, but hey, that's pretty good considering it's just like rotting grass. All right, let's do it one more time. I may go ahead and top off our cows. That way they have plenty of food, and then we may go ahead and plant some more trees. I'm not sure yet, but let's go ahead and get this done real quick. And then we'll go ahead and unload some of this silage to our cows. Looks like it took all of it there, so we should be good for quite some time. One thing I love about this forage wagon is it does not take ages to empty. So if you remember from our first episode, man, that lawnmower took a long time to empty. Luckily, we've upgraded, and now it's way faster. And another full load of silage brings us in 9,200. Not too bad. We are at 268. We are so close to 300K. All right, we have fully emptied our silage pit. Let's go ahead and just sell that tiny little bit we have right there. And see how much we make. I'd imagine it's not going to be a whole lot, but it'll be something. And a quick $141. Nice. So it looks like our harvester is full, so we'll go ahead and drop this one off right here. And then we're going to pick up our trailer. I may eventually change the color of our trailer and our wagon because I'm not a huge fan of the blue, but it is what it is. And let's go and empty our harvester. Nice. We got that field. Looks like that field's basically done. This one is almost fully harvested, which is nice. We'll make this one or that one wheat for our cows. But yeah, we're making some good progress here, boys. So this field is fully finished. We'll go and empty it off into our trailer right here. Looks like we need to get a little bit closer, so we'll go ahead and just try and, there we go, perfect. All right, and then we'll get them started on the other one, and then we'll be good to go. It is day 41, and it's pretty snowy, so we're gonna go back to sleep and see what tomorrow brings, cause yeah, we're not gonna deal with the snow right now. All right, that's more like it. Day 42 is here and looking much better. We're gonna get our harvester over here and get this harvested on this field, and then we'll get this one seeded as well while we are working on it. So let's get our worker over here, get this field harvested. And since that worker is over there hard at work, we're gonna go ahead and fill this up with some fertilizer and then get this other field seeded. All right, with our fertilizer full, we're gonna do this one as canola and the other one as wheat. Let's go ahead and send our worker on to do this one. All right, so since we have the space, I say we go ahead and get these apple trees going in this section right here. Let's see if we can't do this for 4K. Just kind of leave everything the same. All right, that looks pretty even. We'll do one right there. And we're going to do another one right there. All right, so we've got both of those done. Looks like it did mess with our gravel just a little bit. So we're going to bring this back up right there. All right, perfect. That looks good. We've got our trees there. Let's go and get those fertilized and some water in them. I'm not gonna lie, we have $432,000. Our greenhouses and trees and everything is looking real good, boys. We are making some money finally, which is a huge relief. So let's go and buy some fertilizer. We're gonna do 8 of them again for 15,000, and let's go ahead and get those moved over. And of course, we're gonna go ahead and give them some water. That way they are topped off right off the rip. And then we'll do this side over here too. All right, both of those are topped off with water and fertilizer. That should be good. Let's go ahead and make sure our goats and everything are filled up too. All right, and with everything that needs water pretty much topped off, we should be good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this thing filling up, and we're gonna move on to the next deal. Now, I think it is time that we go ahead and start mowing some grass, but before we do that, we need to empty our harvester. All right, harvester is fully empty. Now, one thing before we do our silage pit, I say, you know what? I think it's time to do a new field. So, with that being said, let's go look at some new plows since our tractor can handle a bigger plow. All right, so for plows, we got a couple options. This one's a 2.5. 2.5, a 4.2, a 4.5, and then I found this lizard one here that if we up it a little bit, we can do a 4 meter or a 10 meter. And I think, you know what? Let's try the 10 meter and see what happens. We're going to do it as a camo because that looks pretty sweet. I'm not going to lie. And yeah, let's try the 10 meter. All right, we have our new tractor with our new plow. Let's go ahead and hook it up and see how this 10 meter one does. I've never used this one before, so hopefully it's not too bad. But I'm thinking, let me see here. We might need to make some more roads real quick. I think we'll do some more roads real fast. So looking at this road here, I kind of want to even this out, even though it's probably going to mess up our field, but I think we should square it off a little bit. So if we square it off, let's see, I'm going to bring this somewhere like here. And then if we look at it from this angle, we can pretty much go straight down, make sure it's nice and even. We got rid of a little bit of our field, but that's okay. And then, yeah, that looks good. So we'll go with that and we'll plow the rest of this field. Leave it as gravel. We'll go ahead and make these roads gravel too. All right, I like that. Make them all gravel. And we'll do this one as gravel as well. And let's go ahead and go down this road too with some gravel. Perfect. All right, yeah, I mean, I guess it's not technically perfect, but yeah, that's good enough. At least this field is more square now. All right, we've got it lowered, and this plow's definitely different. Let's lower plow, allow create fields, and okay, so I was not expecting that with this plow, but it's definitely making things a little bit easier. So we'll go ahead and get our outline going. Yeah, this tractor can handle it no problem, which is nice. So we'll get this field plowed. I'm not sure about this plow. It's a little bit different, but it might help us out a lot. All right, so it's definitely making doing the fields a lot easier. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I don't know about it. I didn't expect it to be like this, but it is definitely helping us get these fields done. So for now, we'll use it. Yeah, we're gonna make a pretty good size field here. Not too bad. I think one more field will be a nice addition to the farm here. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, and I think 4 total. So yeah, 4 fields would be nice. Let's go ahead and get this field done. All right, we are finishing up the field right here. Nice addition. So yeah, let's go ahead and put this plow up, and then we need to get this thing seeded. And of course, we had to get the harvester emptied out, but that should be good to go on this last little bit of this part of the field. So the harvester should be good. We're at 60% full on our trailer. And of course, our tractor's handling this no problem. We'll just leave this like right about here. All right, we're gonna get some canola planted on this field now, so that'll be good. And let's go and get a road through here that we can have a road around our fields like we've been doing. Gonna follow this up along here next to the field. All right, that looks pretty good right there. Perfect. All right, we got our road right there. Nice. I like that. We might as well go ahead and make this all gravel through here. All right, look at that. Looking pretty good. So I was just taking a quick look at our sheeps, and we are at 69 out of 69. So they've definitely had a few babies in this one. And over here, let's take a look. We were at 35 out of 35. So they've both had babies, and yeah, both fields are full, so that's good. And with this field done harvesting, we're gonna go ahead and move our harvester back over here to our shed area and get it tucked away. Now it looks like that field is seeded. We'll need to seed that one, and we've got the new one over there being seeded currently. So yeah, we might even be getting to the point where we need 2 seeders. Yeah, that might be a good addition. Let's go ahead and just back this up for now. All right, with 63% full, let's see how much we end up making from this trailer full of canola. Let's see what we get here. Again, prices are at an all-time high right now. 28,900. I'll take that. That's a good harvest right there. So, again, we are going to get some wheat planted on that field furthest down there, which will be a nice addition, and we'll use that for our cattle. Now, I figured since we have the money and we have 285 but only 55, we might as well go ahead and buy some more cows. So, let's see here. We can probably do 20 more of the 18 months for 25K, and then we'll do another 20 of the 6 months for 11, almost 12,000, and then we'll do 20 of the 18 months of the brown Swiss for 25K, and then 20 of the 6 months. Let's go and do that for 11K. Perfect. So we've got a lot more cows in here, which is good. Hopefully we can get some milk producing, because I'm not seeing a whole lot over there. I might need to double check the water. The water's looking a little low, but yeah, they should be doing pretty good right now. Day 43, and we're gonna get this final field seeded and fertilized. But we're gonna mix it up. Instead of canola like the rest of these fields, we're gonna switch this to some wheat. That way we can use it for our cows over there. So let's see here. All right, I've got it switched to wheat. Oh, I guess we should add some more fertilizer to it. Let's do that real quick. All right, topped off with some fertilizer. Let's go ahead and get it planting some wheat. And off goes the worker. All right, now we do need, oh, if I don't get stuck there, we do need to fertilize the rest of these fields one more time. So we'll just attach this real quick. There we go. This thing still has plenty of fertilizer in it. And let's get these fields fertilized. And of course, we got to do our normal chores real quick before we do some mowing, because I do want to get our silage pit filled up and go ahead and top off the greenhouse distributor, water distributor, because it is low. It is very low. It definitely likes to, oop, I almost have to do a loop. It definitely likes to drink a lot of water. And I noticed one thing, this tractor is like silent, like super quiet, which is kind of crazy. Because like it's on right now and I'm standing right next to it. It's like, is this electric? Is this electric truck? But it shows we have a gas gauge and I see some exhaust coming off the top. So yeah, I don't know. This one's just a lot quieter. All right, I've got our front loader attached here. I'm gonna go ahead and get some of these sold off since it is maxed out. And then we'll try and stack them on top of each other like we did last time. Let's see. Line them up here. Perfect. I had a feeling that was gonna happen, so I'm gonna stack them on top of here. Got those stacked up. Let's go ahead and turn these in, maybe? For some reason, these are kind of heavy for the truck. I guess I do have it on the very tip. See, it seems to be doing okay right now. I bet if we go forward, it'll be even better. Another 13,000. There we go. Put us at 523. We're looking pretty good. Pretty good. All right, we're going to get the rest of them here and see what we're left with. All right, the moment of truth to try out our new forage wagon. And check it out, boys. We got a new mower on the front here. This one has a 5-meter head. So hoping this ends up working out really good. We've got our silage additive. We've got our new front mower. And we've got our new forage wagon to fill up our silage pit. So super excited to see how quickly we can get this forage wagon filled up. You can see our mowing width is definitely a lot better. Forage wagon seems to be picking it up pretty good. And overall, I really like this one. So yeah, looking pretty good. We're going to go ahead and fill this forage wagon up and see how quickly it fills up the silage bunker. All right, we are 98% full with the new forge wagon. Let's give it a quick unload here and see what happens. Whoa, that thing empties way faster than the other one, so we're gonna have to do some spreading around on that. But yeah, at least it empties quick. I guess, again, pro and con of a new piece of equipment. All right, second load coming in, and I'm going to try and hit this one with a little bit of speed to see what happens here. We're going to go like this, and then dump it like that. And I ended up basically dumping it right where the other one was. Hold on. All right, I'm going to put it right there. All right, well, I spread it around a little bit better that time. It's a new day here on the farm, 44. We didn't call it a day yesterday with all the rain. Just making everything really messy and kind of hard to work. So we're going to go ahead and fill up our silage pit a little bit more. All the crops are still growing, so that's good. Turn on mower, and there we go. We should be good. Let's go ahead and get another forage wagon full of some grass. Now, I am excited to get our first wheat field grown and harvested. That way we can make some like straw bales or something like that so we can use it for our cows, because yeah, our cows need a variety, that's for sure. All right, I'm gonna try and drop this one off again. Now, I did notice this tractor seems to go over our silage piles way better than the other one, so that's a huge plus. We're even using the forage wagon to kind of compact it down a little bit, which is nice. Perfect. All right, we're gonna go ahead and compact all of the silage here. We've got our roller. Let's go ahead and lower that. See how this tractor does. I noticed it's already doing a lot better, so oh yeah, that's like nothing for it. It's going up this hill no problem. That's a huge plus. All right, now I do see though where the leveler would definitely come into handy with this, so that's for sure. The leveler would probably help a lot, but for now we're just gonna kind of go with it, get some speed, lower our compactor down a little bit. We got a little stuck, but this thing unstucks itself pretty easy. See, we're stuck, and then we can go backwards, no problem. Almost there. We are 60% done, and you can see it is a lot more level, which is nice, despite not even having a leveler. So just kind of going back and forth with it. This tractor's definitely a lot heavier, but this is a lot too compact, that's for sure. All right, I think we can call that good. We're going to go ahead and jump out, and we're going to cover it. Let's see, 129,000. Not too bad. Cover this. Boom. There we go. Day 45, and it's a new day here, boys. $759,000. Our side jobs are really starting to pay off now, between the greenhouses, the apples, all of the other stuff too. So looking pretty good. I like where we're going with everything. What I'm just doing now is topping off our water right here, making sure all these greenhouses continue to make us money. Fields are looking good. Looks like the middle one there is almost ready, or getting somewhat close. The other one's not too far behind, and all of them are 100% fertilized too, which is a huge plus. Now, with this amount of money, this really starts to open up doors for us on what we can actually do. And so with that being said, there is something I want to try. So taking a look at balers here, because again, we're doing a lot of silage, a lot of grass. We now have cows that like need more. So I know once we do the wheat, we're going to need to bale up the straw or whatever comes behind it. So let's take a look here and see what options we have. All right, I think we're going to go with the C441R. This one is not only going to make our round bales, but it'll also allow us to wrap them. And we can also do like silage bales and things with it too, which would be pretty sweet. So we're going to do that. We're going to do with the end turner on, so that way it flips them. We're going to make sure it wraps them in this green, so we know that they are silage. And we're also going to add the silage additive tank too, so that way it fills up a little bit faster. 117,000, bought it. Let's go pick it up and see how it runs. Just going to back it up right here, line her up. There we go. She's attached. Beautiful. All right, let's take a look here. Silage additive, bale wrap, and round bale net. Okay, so right now everything's full except for the additive. So we're going to go ahead and pick up some additive real quick, and then we're going to test this thing out and see how she runs. Additive has been added. So yeah, let's choose a specific section, because it is going to drop them, which we'll need to get a bale trailer at some point too. And we'll either sell them off, use them ourselves, or just store them and use them ourselves. So I've been thinking about, hey, why don't we get a big barn and store the bales that way? So let's see. I think our best option would be probably just in this general area right here. So let's try it right here. Turn on baler, lower pickup, turn on our mower, lower our mower, and let's see what happens. All right, so it looks like it is filling up about 24% so far, so it's filling up pretty quick. There's an option here, turn on automatic drop. So I don't know if it's going to give me the option to drop it or what that exactly means, but we'll find out. All right, looks like it's doing something in there. Oh, it's rolling out the bale. It's wrapping it. Oh, that was cool. And then I guess I'll go ahead and turn on automatic drop. Yeah, there we go. All right, right. Well, that was pretty sweet. So let's let this thing fill up and do it again. We'll try and keep in somewhat of a straight line here, so that way when it comes to pick them up, it's a little bit easier. Out goes the second one. That thing wraps super quick. Did not expect that, but that's all right. And yeah, we are super efficient right now. If you ask me, we're gonna go ahead and do these for a minute and see what happens. All right, so we went all the way down basically and all the way back pretty far to where you can almost not even see anymore. But yeah, I would say we made quite a lot of bales. Let me see if it tells us how many. Looks like 16 bales. So for now, we're going to go ahead and get a trailer and load those up here in just a minute. This thing is pretty cool. I've never used them before, so that was kind of fun. A47 fields are looking really nice. This one's getting close. The other ones are still growing. But you know what we need to do, guys? We got to get a trailer to take care of those bales. So we're going to go to the shop right now and take a look, see if we can't find. All right, I think I want to go with this one right here. It is an auto loader, so it should make things a lot easier since we're going to be doing quite a lot of these. So we're going to snag this one up for, let's see, 28,000. Let's get it. So one more thing I think is time for us to get is going to be a truck to start pulling some stuff. So instead of using our tractors, I do want to use a truck. Now, this truck does need a bed. So we've got our truck part here. We're going to snag this up for 45K. And then we're going to pick up the bed right here for another 5,800. So let's go ahead and do that. And then if we go to our area right here, let's pick up our truck and put the bed on it. And then I believe we should be able to just roll up under it like this. Attach it, and there we go, boys. We got a new Super Duty truck right there. That thing looks sweet. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and attach our new bale trailer to it. We're gonna pick up our bales. Back it up. There we go. All right, bale trailer is hooked up. Let's go and take our new truck and our new trailer and get the ball rolling and pick up some of those bales. Now, I've never used this truck or trailer before, so hopefully everything goes smooth. It's probably gonna be a little bit of a learning curve. So looks like I can kind of just roll up next to these and it should attach. So let's see here. Yep, that one's on there. That one is also on there. Okay, cool. So not too difficult. Let's go ahead and pick up all of our bales and see how many we get. All right, we've got all of our bales loaded up. I thought we had a little bit more than that, but I guess not. But this truck is way faster than all of our like tractors and whatnot. So definitely going to be using this for speed. I think that'll be good. All right, with all of our bales done, I've been looking for somewhere that we need to put these. So let's see if we can figure out a place to start storing our bales. So I found, I think, a bale storage, but we need to extend this out just a little bit more. So we're going to go right about here, maybe a little bit more. All right, I like that. And then we are going to try this bale storage somewhere around here. Let's see, I'm thinking kind of by the manure pit, but not super close. All right, we're going to go right there, 35K. We are going to get rid of the asphalt and switch it to gravel. Okay, apparently you can't. So let's go ahead and sell that back real quick because we can get full price. And since we know that we can't swap it to gravel, we're just going to leave it right here as the concrete and then have the gravel come up to it. All right, let's see how this thing works. I've never used this before. I'm not sure what the X's are. If the X's end up staying there, I probably won't use this because I don't like the X's there. So let's see. So I'm assuming I can just kind of back these up to here maybe. Let's see. Okay, so looks like we can unload bales here, but it has to get like super close. Huh. Okay, I don't really like that. All right, so I sold that one off because I really didn't like the way it functioned. It was kind of weird. So we're going to swap it to this one. And I think, let's see. Yeah, I think this one can just go right here. And then we can change the gravel out, hopefully. Yep, so we can change the gravel on this one. So that's a plus. My OCD drives me nuts. Oh my God, I did it again. Okay, so this one is set up. Let's try and put our bales in here and see how that looks. I think we can even go in here, which is kind of cool. Storage is empty. Yeah. All right, let's load it up. Unload bales here. There we go. All right, perfect. Okay, so that's looking good. Looks like our bales are stacked up in here. Yeah, this one's so much better because like I can actually like walk in here. So we're gonna use this one. This one looks good. Looks like we have some lights too. All right, let's go ahead and make some more bales. Now, before we do that, we do need to go ahead and take care of some of our chores, and we're gonna go ahead and fill up our like water containers here, our water distributors. Make sure these are topped off for our greenhouses, so we keep some money coming in. Because right now we are at 599,000, basically $600,000, which is crazy considering we started from $0. That's insane. If you guys are enjoying these videos so far, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate each and every one of you. So we just emptied this off right here, I believe. Let's see, start overloading, dump the water. Yeah, so that one's still topped off. Perfect, so that one's full. And then we're gonna check on our goats and everything too, make sure they are topped off. All right, so we are gonna make sure our goats are topped off right here. I believe they're good to go now. It only took a little bit, so perfect. Let's go ahead and take this back. And yeah, so goats are good. Trees are good. I did check the fertilizer in them, so that's good too. So I got to thinking, boys, and I was like, you know what? If we could get an AI worker, like one of our helpers, to start baling and everything as well, that would be like super helpful because we need to get some bales going. We need to get our fields going. So I got to thinking, I was like, you know what? What if we plant a field for just baling? So I think we're gonna try that. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this equipment off real quick, and then we're gonna make like a really long strip to plant grass. That way we can bale it, if that makes sense. I don't know. Stick with me. We're gonna make it work. And I just realized this field is ready to be harvested, so we're gonna go ahead and send one of our workers on that field real quick, and off they go. Perfect. So we'll have them going, and then we're gonna jump on our tractor. We're gonna attach our plow here, and then we're gonna go plow a field specifically for baling. Now, I'm not sure exactly how I want to do it. I think I want to do like one strip down, one strip back, as far as we can go. And that should be a pretty good field. And I think over here will be the best. So I'm thinking right about here where our bale thing is will be a good spot for it. Although it does limit us a little bit in this direction. So yeah, we're gonna do it right here. I think this will be a good spot for it actually. Unfold plow, lower plow, allow create new fields, and then we're gonna go just straight back. And that should be pretty even with everything. Maybe a little bit to the left. Okay, that looks a little bit better there. Okay, so we may have to clean that up just a little bit, but yeah, that looks nice. All right, so we're gonna follow this all the way down. Again, this tractor is so much faster. We can go 25 miles an hour and really put some plowing work in. So we're gonna run this all the way down and then all the way back with 2 strips. Maybe 3 strips. We might do 3 strips. I'm not sure. Maybe 4 strips. We'll see when we get down there. All right, so we are plowing this really big field here. Again, we might as well take advantage of the flat map here and get a nice big field for our bales. Now, a little something a little bit different, but I figured, you know, it'll be a lot of fun if we can get our AI to work this field for the bales. I feel like that'll be a huge plus. So we're almost done. I am trying to square it off just a little bit, although it doesn't seem to be really happening. It is a lot of fun. So we're going to make this really long field here for our bales and then see what happens. All right, with our field done, I think it's time we go ahead and get a new seeder to plant that field so we can do it a little bit quicker because, yeah, that's a pretty big field for that tiny seeder. So let's see if we can't upgrade our seeder. Before we do that, though, we do need to empty our harvester. So we're going to attach our trailer here and go empty that off. And I got to thinking, we should probably extend our fields a little bit and make them a little bigger too. Cause why not? Why not? We've got the money now, so we can start really getting creative with things. All right, it is day 50. Harvester is still at work. We've gone ahead and emptied it out. Let's take a look at a cedar because we need to get some grass growing. So let's see what options we have for cedars. Okay, I was looking at some cedars and we're gonna need some more horsepower if we want to carry like a really big cedar. So I was looking at tractors. Right now we have small tractors. We've got the biggest small tractor. And I think, you know, I was looking at medium, but I was thinking for the price, we should look at some large tractors. So let's take a peek here. And I feel like this John Deere 8R series for 312, it's a lot of money, but it is a large tractor. And if we upgrade it to 458 horsepower, it's going to be 369K. Love the headlights on it. That thing looks sick. And I think we can do wide tires plus some weights to really give it some beefiness to it. And then we'll do the US design, and then we'll keep the 3-point as well. So yeah, 376K, it's a lot of money, but this is our biggest tractor yet, and it should be more than plenty horsepower for anything we throw at it. So let's make our biggest purchase yet, 376,000. Let's get it. And then we're going to throw the biggest seeder at it for 206,000, which will be 15 meters wide, which I believe is one of the biggest seeders here. So we're going to do the biggest seeder here for 15 meters wide. We'll leave the same tires on it. And then, yeah, 206,000. Let's get it. All right. So that is our biggest purchase on the farm yet. That thing is massive. But yeah, I'm super excited. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Let me know in the comments. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? But let's check out our new tractor that started up. Nice. It's actually pretty quiet. Not super loud. Those headlights, though, look absolutely insane. If we line it up next to our small tractor here, oh yeah, this thing is massive. I mean, look at the difference there. That's crazy. So we can sell off a little bit of our old tractors to kind of recoup some of the money. But let's go ahead and get our seeder attached, fill it up with some seed, and oh, I just ran right into it. Let's go ahead and get it filled up with some seed and some fertilizer, and let's go plant that grass field. All right, then we should be able to just back it up right here and fill it up with some seeds. Let's see here. Start filling. We'll do seeds. Perfect. Seeds are full. And then we'll do some fertilizer. It's not 100% full, but it is 3,000 liters. Oh, I'm a little stuck. Let's go ahead and buy some more. All right, we bought some more for 3,200 so we can really top it off. And then we'll just top that off. Booyah. There we go. All right, so tractor is 100% full of seeder and fertilizer. It does look like our harvester is ready to be emptied, so let's go ahead and empty that real quick. Actually, you know what? Before we do the harvester, let's go and get our seeder going. That way we can kind of multitask. You gotta admit, though, our roads are looking pretty good. The fact that... Oh, I just ran into that. The fact that we've come this far is kind of crazy. And look at that field. I do need to straighten it out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. But for our first one, we'll just kind of leave it as is. And then we're gonna change our seeds to some grass right there. All right, so grass it is. Let's go ahead and unfold our seeder. Oh my gosh, look at that thing. Sheesh. That is a massive seeder right there. All right, before we have our worker do it, I want to do this myself real quick. Get a little taste of the size here. Let's see. We're going to line it up. All right, we've got it lined up. Let's lower it. Let's turn on the seeder. From the tractor's POV, it looks pretty good. All right, we should be good. We're going to do grass, and there we go. Look at that seeder, guys. This thing is insane. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. To think we started with just a little push mower, and now we have this massive seeder. I love it, and we still have $171,000. That's so cool. All right. Let's go and get our worker to finish this up for us. Not gonna lie, that new tractor makes this one feel tiny. To be fair, this is still considered a small tractor. I kind of thought it was a medium. I'm not going to lie. When I bought it, I thought it was in the medium section, but that's okay. It's still doing what we need it to do. It's pretty fast too, and it's kind of quiet. So let's go and attach this trailer to it. I think now we can actually sell some of our old equipment and kind of recoup some of the funds. But yeah, let's go ahead and empty this one here. It is emptied. We are currently at 40%. And yeah, the other fields are getting a little close. That seeder is in the works. Let's go ahead and I think we'll go ahead and sell off our old goat milk over here. And just taking a quick peek at our tractor and seeder. Yeah, this thing is crazy, boys. Absolutely insane. Look at that. Woof! Super exciting. Love to see it. Now, real quick, before we empty out the goat milk and make some money back from all of our purchases, let's go ahead and top off the water distributor. I just took a look at it. It did say it was a little low, so we'll just back this up real quick and then empty it while it's filling it up. Now, I know we had the front loader there, but you know what? We've got the skid steer. We might as well use it, and we need to empty out that silage too, because yeah, that thing's ready to go as well. Just gonna go ahead and stack these on top of each other like last time. I think they'll probably spawn in as soon as we move away. Maybe. There it is. All right, perfect. And stack them up on top of each other. There we go. Perfect. And then we'll get both of them. Scoop, scoop, potato. Maybe. All right, good enough. Oh, whoa. I think we're getting the other one there. Whoa. There we go. It's a little heavy. It's a little heavy. I think it's because we got it on the very tippy top there, but that's all right. Let's go ahead and turn it in. All right, I did lose one along the way, so we sold one there. Let's go and drop this one off, and then we'll snag these up. Yeah, I didn't stack those super good, but that's okay. We should be able to scoop it right here, tilt it back. There we go, perfect. And then we'll sell it off. That one for 67, and that one for 6,700 as well. All right, let's get the rest of them. All right, day 51, and we still got our cedar over there still planting. You can kind of see it off in the distance. Harvester looks like it is full, so let's go and empty that. And then we need to make sure our goats and our cows have enough food and grass and stuff and water. So we'll take care of our chores real quick while everything else is in the works. Let's get that done. So actually, our harvester is not full. It actually finished the field off. So we're going to go and empty it in the trailer right here real quick. Just kind of move it off to the side there. There we go. Empty it into the trailer there. Now, I figured, I'm not sure if our goats actually take silage. I know the cows do. So we're going to go ahead and get some grass real quick for our goats. So let's do that. Lower the mower and collect a little bit of grass and make our way over there. And then we're going to go ahead and top off our goats so that way they have plenty of food and plenty of water. All right, so we've got a full grass forage wagon. We'll dump some of this off right here for our goats. We'll just click I, drop it off. Perfect. It only took a little bit, and then we can't fit in there with this mower. So we'll drop our mower off right there and then squeeze in there like this. Barely fitting. Oh, a little stuck. There we go. All right, got to be a little careful with this tractor, and then we'll empty out some in here too for them. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right, I like that. And then before we do the silage for the cows, I figured, you know what? We've got this tractor, we've got this seeder. We might as well go ahead and get this field planted. Actually, you know what? I lied. We need to extend this field because I want to make this field bigger. So, okay, I take it back. Let's go and take care of the cows first. So first things first for the cows. Sorry guys, I'm a little, we got a lot going on this farm now. We'll go ahead and open this up. There we go. And then let's go ahead and fill up our forage wagon with some of this, this silage. Now it does look like it's kind of limited us right there. So let's jump into our skid steer and cut that open a little bit more. All right, I've swapped it out for this one, our scooper. Let's see if we can't scoop this up. We're going to make it up against the ground. Oh, maybe. There we go. Yes. All right, we'll do it one more time. We lift it up and then dump it back out. And then actually, maybe we'll just open it. Okay, opened it. We need a little bit more. Just gonna come at it. There we go. Perfect. All right, it is opened up fully. Now we should be able to fill this up 100% real quick. We'll just kind of skim the side of it here. 96. All right, that's good enough. Let's go ahead and drop it off to our cows. Oh, looks like we need to open up the gate. Gate is open. Perfect. And then we will make our way into our cattle fence here. Ooh, beep, beep. Watch out, cow. And then we know it is super specific on where it needs to go. So we'll kind of back this up right there and then unload it if we can. There we go. All of that is in there. And it does look like they need some water too. So we're going to dump some water in here as well. I'll probably do one more load of these silage too. Okay, looks like they are topped off fully because we still have 62% left. And then we'll get them some water, and that should be good for now until we get the wheat done. Yeah, so for some reason, the water distributor isn't making its way to the cows here, but that's okay. We've got this one here. We'll go ahead and top it off real quick because it looks like the end of the barrel there. And I just realized our water tank has no water in it. Nice. I don't know how I missed that, but yeah, let's go fill it up with some water first. That might help. Now, while our water is filling up, I decided let's go ahead and expand this field a little bit more. So we're going to make it a little bit bigger. That way we can get a bigger harvest off of it because, yeah, we've got the resources now to handle it. So we'll just kind of go ahead and go straight with it a little bit further and see how big we can make this field. All right, so we've got the outline of the field done. Let's go ahead and just fill it in real quick. And yeah, we'll expand this field a little bit more so we can make some more money. All right, so we got the field fully done. That's a nice extension to it. So that should give us a bigger harvest. Now, hopefully the worker recognizes that that's part of the field. I'm going to go ahead and just like run through it and just kind of sync them up real quick. All right, so that should layer them together. And I'm hoping our workers can manage to do both of them. If it can't, we're going to run into a little bit of issue and I might need to plow this field again, but yeah, that should do it.